straight.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm recording. Just whatever.
All right. You should probably turn your regular voice chat off so we don't hear you in case you do say something that we would not pick up on ourselves.
Okay, I'll do that now. Okay, so we got ourselves a group stage matchup here. It's going to be Algol Mantis versus Bregan. Just kill myself off here and we'll take a look at what they got going on. Switch the camera. Nameplate's on. Check, check. Looks like a tough aura start for Algol. Oh, maybe not. Looks like maybe that deck's meant to be that way. Prohibits attack skills used. Which one is that? 3 damage. Maybe not actually. 2 aura is probably not going to be very good with that environmental. Picks it up for the aura. Bregan's in his face already. I don't know if that was a blazing bullet. I think it might have been. You see nature out of both. And Bregan's just off to a much better aura start in a much better place. Reincarnation at 4 versus the Glacial Wall is going to be problematic. It is a blazing bullet that does get taken by the Dark Hole. Throttle Fireball as well is what it looks like from Bregan. So we know it's a Dark Hole on Algol and a Glacial Wall on Bregan. Not sure what Algol's other shield is just yet, or what that yellow is. Bregan's got himself another shield. Looks like Demon's Venom, I think is the name of that one. The crawling Venom one. But Bregan does manage to freeze him out with the Glacial Wall art again. Now pumps himself up with a Stimulate +2. It's going to be hitting a little bit harder. Still not very good against the Glacial Wall, where you can't break it. Is that Arc of Fire, I believe? Oof! And snaps the fortress just like that. An Ice Sword here is likely going to mean the end of the game for Algol. It's going to be tough to get away from this. And he's frozen again. It's just not really cutting it at 3 damage against the 3 defense Glacial Wall. Nothing greater than 3 isn't really going to put too much of a hold on Bregan right now either. Being that his stuff doesn't do more than 3 damage. Looking to pop a little bit here, although I'm not sure how successful that's going to be, being that he's only on 1 HP right now. Bregan does only have 7 capsules, but it would take a heroic effort for him to pop them out and manage to survive long enough for Bregan to bleed out, so that's more of a last-ditch effort, I would say, and that Ice Sword's going to close it out. So it'll be Algol to choose the second map here. Looks like he just kind of got off to a tough start. Bregan had all the right stuff to have just the right answer for what he did get at the beginning there. Nothing could get through that Glacial Wall that he had. Did manage to pull his Blazing Bullet off him, which hurt a little bit, but just couldn't recover from a poor aura start and the quick pressure from Bregan. So it's going to be 1-0 Bregan here going into game 2. I haven't really played with Algol too much, but he does seem to be a pretty solid player mechanically. I think for anybody in this group, it's going to take kind of a heroic effort to get past Bregan, though, so he shouldn't feel too badly about getting beaten up a little bit here. I myself have been worried about facing Bregan, so if he could even manage to steal 1 game, I'd be pretty impressed. The same goes for myself. Looks like he's taking his time on choosing a map here. I'm not sure if he has some kind of game plan or some kind of read on Bregan. Maybe he's been doing his homework and has an idea here where to go, but still waiting on a map choice. Oh, so this looks like a mistake. Okay. Looks like we were meant to go to Pano, and Bregan just forgot to switch it there before we started, so we'll try again. See an environmental out of Algol Mantis here. And it looks like it's a memory lapse, which could actually be problematic for me killing myself here. Which is not good. I'm just gonna have to do my best to stay out of the way here until I can manage. Okay, the memory lapse is gone. Hopefully something comes up here. Looks like Bregan's getting right into the mix here with the early pressure again. I'm not sure. Oh, that's right. Algol put the memory lapse down, which I'm imagining Bregan picked up pretty swiftly. We do see the Muramasa blade come out, and I do believe that it just missed the Angel's wing instead of breaking it. A lot of quick action here in this match. 4 health and 10 health respectively. Bregan's got to be careful, because if there are more of those Muramasa blades, it's a one-shot kill. So, and he does have enough health to use it. See the dash on Algol, making him a little bit trickier to get to. I did see a Psycho Knife come out of Bregan, I'm pretty sure. See that he has the purple aura. I believe that means he's primarily Faith. And Algol's got the red aura, which I do believe means he's primarily Psycho. Bregan doing a little bit of digging here, maybe aware of the fact that he could be up against more Muramasa blades and not really trying to lose a match like that. Algol seems content to dig as well. Bregan now with 3 shields feels like he can probably handle a Muramasa blade. And is ready to go back in and try and close this out. Drops some kind of a mine in his base, sensor mine maybe, but managed to get himself with it as well as Algol. There's that Muramasa blade. Oh, that was a copy as well, and he does take the game from Bregan amazingly and in stylish fashion. And that's a couple of times now I've seen some pretty ballsy, stylish stuff out of Algol, and I have to say I'm very impressed with that. I did anticipate that it was possible that Bregan could get whacked by something big there. I don't know if it was another Muramasa blade though. I know one came out that was blocked, but I didn't exactly see what the last strike was there. But whatever it was good for the win, and squeaks it out with 1 health. So just a really flashy, stylish win all around there. Now it'll be Bregan choosing the map. So that was. I was just saying I'd be real impressed if he took 1 match, and here he did. So 1-1. It's anybody's game at this point. It looks like we're moving to Midnight City. Decent aura start for both players here. Load a little bit better for Algol. Bregan with a speed up right away. Could it be a Lunar Force deck? Usually a decent choice on City against jumpers. A lot of shields though. It's a lot of blue over there for Bregan, and not a whole lot of blue for Algol. So, interestingly enough, it looks like Algol wants to aggress here. Oh, maybe not. Trick of the camera. Oh, and with the dash in hand, he's a bit safer than I'd imagined he would be with no shields. Rock shot. Classic Bregan. was that, Dance of Death? I think that might be the Dance of Death with a couple of swift punches and a dash there. That's going to hurt if Bregan gets hit by it, though it is probably going to be difficult to hit him with it in a 1v1 setting, being as he is as experienced a player as he is. And there goes the dance, just like that. Algol does have a shield to back himself up right now, though. Manages to break the Angel's Wing, but Bregan immediately replaces it with another shield. Keeps on raining the rock shots. Now in there with his own Psycho Knife, going to have some melee pressure of his own. Manages to narrowly avoid the lack. And 2 Iron Skins down just like that. Algol's in a bad spot all of a sudden. Still has the dash, so he's not completely vulnerable, but I believe that's 3 shields we've seen him lose so far. Maybe it's just a 2, actually. A little bit late on that dash, allowing that rock shot to connect. And looking to get some aggression down, or maybe just scare Bregan out of his base a little bit. Not sure what the attack that he has is right now, as we haven't seen it yet. A Dazzle, though. Looks like he just did get rid of the Dazzle, I would imagine, instead of the dash. The Dazzle probably is going to be super effective in a one-on-one setting against a jumper, unless you have a backdraft to follow it up with, which I don't believe he does. Tiger Strength's looking to make his attacks hit a little bit harder, but we still don't know what those attacks are. A Railgun, that is going to hurt. Down to 7 caps here, but he's in a little bit better shape now with a little bit of an arsenal of weapons at his disposal, and still with the dash. Dash is going to be pretty good against that rock shot Psycho Knife as long as he's using it effectively, though Bregan is rather crafty with how he chooses to use his abilities as well. We now see the Dark Hole from Bregan, so Algol's going to be careful there. Down to 7 skills. Losing a Railgun or something like that to a Dark Hole right now wouldn't be too fun. Maybe you can try to bait some health out of him by manualing or something like that, but he's got to be leery about how many attacks he's losing to that right now. Bregan did dump 1 shield. I'm curious whether it was the Dark Hole or not. Does manage to connect another rock shot. 2 more of those is going to close the game out here for Bregan, but Algol certainly isn't out of it. Looks like we see some crawlers coming out of Bregan now too. A little bit of a mix-up, and that's a pretty good little combination of abilities between the crawlers, the rock shot, and the Psycho Knife. He's going to have a few good angles, and at this point, any one of them connecting is going to be the end of the game. So Algol's really got to be careful now. And none of those attacks are long range, so getting away and trying to use that Railgun might be his best option. Though we don't know what Bregan's shield is, possibly still the Railgun. I mean, the Dark Hole. It's a flash hole, which was nicely baited out by Algol with the manual right there. And now he knows what he's up against. And he chooses to just trade his Railgun for the flash hole. Bregan immediately replaces it. So we'll see how that works out for him. And I believe that was a violent change, which if Bregan's got some more stuff like that in there, he doesn't even need to attack him to win this. He's only got 2 capsules left, so 1 more violent change will do it. We do see the purple in Bregan's hand. I gotta imagine there's something similar. And there it is. Unless he can pop off a couple of those Psycho Bursts real quick, I think that's gonna be it. No, he doesn't have the aura for it. Now, popped out. It's 2 games for Bregan. So that was an interesting series there. Again, Algol putting up a good fight. I'm not sure if I was him if I would have been trading that Railgun out for a flash hole, but I guess at that point where Bregan was sitting on those violent changes, it didn't really matter a whole lot anyway. Bregan just happened to have the exact right answer for what Algol was trying to do there. And he didn't have much of a chance once that violent change came out. Looks like we'll be moving to Sign here for our 4th match. Hopefully Bregan remembers to change the map this time so that we don't have to start over. Still hasn't. It'll be interesting to see what Algol chooses to bring here on Sign now with his back up against the wall, 2-1. We know that he has it in him to pull out a win here against Bregan, so hopefully he can pull out some more magic here and keep this series alive. One of the few players who I've noticed actually chooses to play on Sign. It's interesting. A lot of players in this game really just don't like Ensemble for a plethora of reasons. This is not the first time I've seen Algol choose this map in this game. He clearly has some arsenals that are meant for this map and clearly enjoys playing here, so wouldn't be impossible to see him pull another one out, I don't think. Not great, but not terrible aura starts for either one. Looks like a Psycho aura on both of them. You see now that it's Psycho Nature from Bregan. Maybe even a 3rd school. His aura looked like it was ticking off pretty slow there. I'm not really sure though. No shield just yet for Bregan. Content to dig, likely until he finds one. There it is. And here we go. Looks like Algol Mantis is sitting decently well with his couple of attacks and shield. What could possibly be a Tiger Strength in hand. But I'm just guessing at that. Some more classic Bregan. I think that might have actually been that Debris Bullet. And the Ice Sword is going to connect from what seemed like definitely medium range, but it's been known to do that time and again. From time and again. I do believe that is a Debris Bullet at this point. I don't think it's Rock Shot. It is. So with the pumped up Debris Bullet here, if he gets some of that luck going, and a nice sword cancel from Bregan. Bregan's not playing around this time. Maybe he's onto the same thing that I am, that Algol sort of likes this map and he's just not allowing any wiggle room. Just going right for the throat here with the Ice Sword, the Debris Bullet. And the 1 damage Debris Bullet is going to be enough to close the game out. That's going to be the series to Bregan 3-1. But I will say that you can color me impressed. Algol pulling out a win on Panorama and with some style too. So I'll give props to Algol for that. And if I can even do the same, manage to pull out one against Bregan, I'll be pleased with myself. So a good series overall.